Hey everyone, John Hunter here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short trade off of the range highs here on the euro. So I'm looking to get short at 10.896 and just primarily looking for the sellers to attempt to push this right back down and form a little bit of a spike and then a ledge that we're seeing right now and then a failure back down again. So that spike and ledge is kind of what we're looking for. Sell the highs of that area. Nice tight stop above the highs at 904, primarily because if it goes above that high, I know I'm wrong. I need to just get out of the trade. Now, looking at an entry at 896, just above, ahead of this range high to get the best entry that we can, and then looking to ride that back down to the range lows, which is going to be about 15 ticks back to the downside that we're looking for ahead of the low there at 880. So we're coming into our entry order here at 896, looking to get that filled and then push that back down to that 880 area for a possible drop down. Now, all of the markets really across the board kind of seem like they're a little bit range bound. We've got a little bit of range going on today, kind of everywhere. So with that range sentiment sort of across the board, we're not really looking for big targets. You know, we could be looking for a nice push back down to the low of day, but is it really likely that we're going to get that? Probably not, or at least not all in one move. So it's much safer just to look for a good entry towards the top and then ride this move back to the downside. So overall, if we zoom out a little bit, initially you would have thought, oh yeah, look at that big spike up. We're definitely nice and bullish here, and then we start going up from there. But the problem is, what did we have before that? Range, fake break the low, fake break the high, back inside the range, and now we're forming another range up here. So we've really just gone from range to range, and that's why we're looking to fade off of these highs. That's also why I say that if it goes above that high, I'm not interested in holding anymore, because there's a good chance that this was the final stop run of the move above this area here. So because of that, that allows us to get into the trade off of the highs there with a nice limit order and look back to the downside to see if we can ride that move down to 88.1 and lock out all of the profit. Now I'm taking 5 contracts on this one because the stop is relatively small. At 15 ticks, 5 contracts off there. That's 75 ticks total. Now, if you're not super familiar with the euro is $12.50 a tick. So that's $937.50 if we get all of them filled. So we're seeing a nice little fill there. It looks like I'm not the only one that's selling at this high. We're getting a nice reaction off there. They did tap the range high again at 898. Most likely a lot of defense coming in there, but so far, we just got to give the market a little bit of time and see if it wants to turn back around the other direction. Really, we do have some news coming out at 10 o'clock, but not really any big news, so not expecting much from that. That should be the only thing really on the docket. So we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if we can push down to the range lows and get our target filled at 881. All right, seeing the sellers coming in, we came 1 tick away from our target. So because of that, we're going to lock most of the risk out here. I still want to give it room. I don't want to choke it out by going to break even, but I really want to see this fill and push down to that low there. That's the objective. So let's see if they can test it and fill. But 10,881 is the target. Again, that's 15 ticks on the downside. Nice reaction up here. Beautiful sell candle. If you didn't take the initial aggressive limit order at the highs here, you're definitely in underneath that bear candle right there. That really is enticing a lot of people to be a seller right now. Now we just need to see if they want to fill our target. So coming in, we can see them trying to get that push down. It's a little bit slow today, understandably so, given the fact that, well, it's a range, and ranges tend to be a little bit slow. We've been in this trade for going on about 20 minutes now, 15, 20 minutes, so we should be, towards the front of the line. Probably not the dead front, that's for sure. They haven't been in there long enough. So they test the target, no fill yet. We need to see if they can push down and give us that fill at 81, and we should be all locked and loaded. So really nice reaction off the highs there. Again, if you didn't take that initial sell, the reason I like it up here is because that's going to trap a lot of buyers in. They're going to be trying to buy a breakout to get that ride back up to the high of day. But with all these wicks telling you to stay the heck away from the long side, I'm going to utilize their kind of weak hand, for lack of better words, sell into their buy orders, get my order filled, and then drive that thing right back down to the range lows. So 81, we tested it, no fill yet. We'll give it a little bit more time here, and we'll see if we can get this target filled relatively soon. Stop is nice and locked up. We're only looking at a 3-tick stop right now, and that's mainly because we've already tested our target. We don't want to give anything back at this point. And you could even argue going right to break even and locking it in now because we've tested our target. We just haven't filled it yet. So looking to get that target filled, stops at break even +1, all all the risk is off the table. At the worst case scenario, we lock in 5 ticks. At the best case scenario, we lock in the 75 that we're looking for. So 81, see if we can get it filled. All right, and we finally get the fill. We tested our target about 15 times, and now they finally give us the fill. So beautiful move to the downside, 896 down to 881. Wrote it out for 15 ticks on 5 contracts at 75 ticks overall. And again, the euro ticks at 12.50 a tick, so 937.50 on the trade it is. Beautiful ride off the highs. I really like that limit entry off the highs, knowing that there's going to be some people trapped up there. But again, if you miss that initial entry, you're definitely underneath that red one right there. That bear candle kind of sealed the deal, came back up, tapped it, and turned right back down. So that's going to do it for me. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.